everyone, welcome back to T&R Talks. We really encourage you to kick back, relax and share your thoughts.
Can I do it?
You want intro?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you have to say?
Welcome back to T&R Talks.
Okay.
Kick back, relax and share your thoughts.
Cool. Hey people, welcome back to T&R Thoughts. I advise you.
No, you got it's T&R Talks.
That's what I said.
You said
T&R
thoughts.
Oh, sorry.
Cut.
Share your thoughts.
You just say it like kick back, relax and share your thoughts.
Cool.
Should we
Kick
do it
back,
again?
relax, share your thoughts.
Wow, what an intro.
Yo people, welcome back to T&R Talks. We advise you to listen. Because of the...
I got it.
I got it. Alright, cool. Yo people, welcome back to T&R Talks. We advise you to kick back, relax, and share your thoughts.
I think so. So today we are rejoined by Reece the God,
Yeah.
the God,
God.
and we have a friend.
I'm Felix.
Hey Felix, thanks for joining us on T&R Talks. Oh, do you want to?
My best friend.
That's my best friend. That's my best friend.
Oh my God. That's okay. Let's take it back because I feel like there's friend zone, situationships, and then relationships, right?
Yeah.
So friend zone. Let's take the friend zone.
Yeah.
Well, what is your thoughts on the friend zone?
Certain people just waste their time on people that's just never going to be attracted to them, whether it's just, you know, they're not compatible or they just see them platonically. Do you know what I mean? There's only so much you can do. You can dress well, you can be funny, you can tailor yourself to exactly what they like, but it doesn't mean that they're going to like you. So, you know, if you're in the friend zone, you kind of have to recognise that you're in the friend zone, because it's almost ignorance bordering on sort of stupidity sometimes, where it's like, they'd be like, but I would treat them so much better than, like, it's like,
man,
and it doesn't matter, because if they're not attracted to you, they're not attracted to you, and you can't just
Don't
kind
be
of
that
like,
guy. It's peak. It is.
you can't let yourself
Yeah.
become that person, because then all the stuff that you could probably actually give to someone that would reciprocate it, you know, you're wasting it on this person that's sure probably they appreciate you for certain qualities, otherwise you wouldn't be their friend, but it's not the way that they feel about it.
Now some women say, oh, they want their man to fight for them,
Yeah.
blah blah blah, and
Women like a change,
even
right?
as well, they might want it. Oh, let's be friends for a while, and then if we're things might turn into this. So it's always, I think the might is what gets a lot of guys, particularly guys. That might is always like, when do I stop then?
But you just got, if you're going to fight for it, then you're going to fight to a point where it's like you almost ruin it. You kind of have to do that if you really want to do that. Like, because people are in friend zones because they sit on the fence, and it's like you don't, you know, you're not going to get nothing if you don't ask. Like, if I like ask for something and someone goes no, then I'm like, well, I asked, otherwise you wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
It's like, how are you going to know that I want that unless I ask for it?
Yeah.
And then it's like, you know, it's all well and good. So say I've got a pizza, someone's asked for a slice, I say no. They're like, well, you know, at least I asked.
Even if you're disappointed.
It's still asking. Your response.
Whereas if they're like, I ate the whole pizza, then afterwards they were like, well, you didn't offer me a slice. I was like, well, I didn't know you're hungry, innit? If you'd asked, I would have given you some.
That's an analogy there.
It's like, sure, it's polite to offer, but sometimes you don't think of doing that. And it should, if you want something that badly that you're going to be upset that the person didn't do something for you to offer it to you, then ask for it. If you really want it that bad, ask for it. So it's the same with the friend zone. You can't just expect the person to then turn around after being your friend for time and being like, well,
So
you know what, I actually like you, like, you know, you've got to go out and get it to the point where you might wreck it. She might be like, or he might be like, oh, do you know what, like, I know that I'm almost uncomfortable with the fact that you're trying to pursue something further. I don't know if we could be friends, but it's like, it's better that than just being their friend and kind of like either accept that you're their friend and move on, or try to the point where you can't really be friends and understand that you've tried and you've got no what ifs, there's no reservations. If if you messed up, you messed up.
Yeah, you can. It's okay.
I have a really bad. I've sucked, I swear so much. So
Go for it.
But it's like, yeah, if you fucked up, you fucked up. It's like, you move on from that and you learn from those experiences rather than there's those people that are just still like, you know, holding people's coats.
But it's,
While they
it's
go
that
off and
thing
dance
as
with
well
someone
where
else, innit?
and I think nobody wants to ruin friendships.
No.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
but like,
that, it's fear. It is out of fear.
but if
know,
you want
man.
more than the friendship, then, you know, there's no point in having the friendship if that's not what you want. If you don't want to be friends with them, just friends with them, then don't. Why are you being just friends with them? There's no point. You know what I mean? It's like,
I think the friend zone is a beautiful place to be in, to be honest.
It is.
It is.
It can be. Fun. I like
It
this.
depends who holds the power.
Yeah, for real. That's stretched.
oh,
It
And
depends
a
who
lot
holds
of
the
the
power.
time, women hold the power.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Do you think?
Yeah, man. Being general, you know what I'm saying? Like, this world is a bit PC now. You gotta be careful what you say and stuff like that, and blah, 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 blah. But being very general, men are pursuers.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
100%.
saying? Like,
You know, the thing is,
even in our sexual organ, we do.
I actually do hear that because I know that there are some females that like the attention from guys and they don't necessarily want the commitment from them, but they like all of the things that comes with it. They like sort of people checking up on them and buying them
They
stuff.
even like complaining about it.
Yeah.
When girls get addicted,
Yeah.
oh, this guy's keeps trying to talk to me,
But
they
then
actually
if no guy
enjoy
talks
that.
to
Yeah,
them,
true.
they would be,
pissed, man.
they'd be depressed. I get it from that perspective.
Yeah.
So,
Friends zone
yeah.
rubbish.
I'm the friend zone champion, to be honest. Like, growing up, for real, like, I was the friend zone champion. You know what I'm saying? And I guess it comes with insecurity as well. To be honest, man, to be quite frank.
As in, you put people in the friend zone, people put you in the
People put me
friend
in the friend zone a lot, so I'm always the nice friend that. You know, and I just got after a while you just get used to it, you know. But it's peak because it kind of makes a snowball effect. Because once you get used to being in the friend zone, you just accept I'm the friend zone guy now. And
But I feel like the friend
but
zone
then
is...
you do feel like a bit of a creep, so to kind
Yeah,
of
sorry.
kind of like waiting for possible opportunity.
It's like the mind part sticks on you. That little percent of hope.
Yeah, man.
But I feel like we look at friend zone very much as the girls holding the control and the guy. But I think it happens the other way around as
It's
well.
Yeah, it
different,
does
man.
happen,
It's
but
completely
it
different.
is in a
Like,
different way.
girls friend zone guys, it's girls kind of like avoid the physical aspect of intimacy and kind of can navigate through a guy's emotional side because we're not very good at articulating it. So anything we say, because it's very sort of undeveloped and almost like naive, and women I find are a lot more emotionally developed, they can sort of navigate it enough that they can keep someone in friend zone. Guys can't friend zone girls
Yeah.
because guys will fuck the girls.
Yeah.
So it would be like, so a guy...
When a guy friends with a girl, we just don't like the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the guy will do the opposite, where he'll encourage the physical side of it, and
Okay.
then
Like friends with benefits.
and then just sort of negate the emotional side by sometimes being aloof or being a dickhead.
Yeah.
So it's completely opposite. Like a girl friend zone will be like, he's my best friend, does this with me, does that with me. He tries to put his arm around her. It's like, what the fuck you doing? The guy opposite. It's like, she's my friend, have sex. She's like, I like you. He's like, but you know it's not that.
He's sadly waiting for something better. It's like she's just there. So
You know what? I was just waiting for you
might
to bring pizza into it. Like I was waiting for the pizza.
Yeah.
Like, oh, but I have this pizza. You didn't ask me for it.
It can all be related.
pizza with sausage on
I'll stick
Yeah, I love
pizza in
pizza.
again at some point. You watch, there'll be a pizza analogy.
But I see what you mean. Like there is something beautiful and artistic about the friend zone. Like looking at it from an outside point of view.
You're talking about
looking
if you actually take the
could be
positives
beautiful.
of it. You're talking it's
Yeah.
beautiful in terms of if you exploit it.
No.
If people exploit
I know, but
and that's what I'm saying. That's not like if you're saying it's almost like a
in
cop.
reality, like it's kind of beautiful in the same way that you might see photographs from a war-stricken country and see poor kids playing football. Like it's
Wow,
peak.
that's deep.
It's peak,
Go and find
but
it.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It wouldn't.
Artistic merit and beauty within the chaos that is the friend zone.
Yeah, so why do you think it's beautiful?
Okay, let's break it down a little bit. Okay, let's say me and this guy have just met. I feel like I say that all the time.
Me and this guy have just met.
Okay, so me and this guy first start talking. I feel like naturally guys tend to be a bit more the sexual side, so they might push for being sexual a lot more. Then I might be like, skirt.
Yeah.
Let's pause this. Let's get to know each other first.
Yeah.
Let me get to understand who you are. I feel like a lot of guys find that quite difficult to do. Like the middle bit of like before pursuing anything else. Just like take the time to like get to know each other and understand each other a little bit more. I think that's just me though. I think I'm more of an emotionally connected sort of person.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like the friend zone is a beautiful place, because it's intimately getting to know someone without the intimacy.
Yeah.
But is that really friend zone though?
Nah.
Or is that just sex at the table?
Okay.
It's just a natural progression of
Yeah,
relationships.
true.
Friend zone is when you're stuck.
Yeah.
That's why it's a zone, isn't
Friend
it?
zone is when
Yeah.
it's clear that you don't want anything from that person. You've put
And
them
then
into
carrying
that
on.
category.
Otherwise, it wouldn't be. Otherwise, it's just sort of like
You're just
waiting,
waiting,
innit?
yeah, you're
Otherwise,
just
it's
kind of
like-
Yeah.
meeting people and seeing what's happening.
otherwise it's not.
That's kind of like the stage
Yeah.
before the friend zone
Okay.
even develops.
Yeah.
But also as well, like you said, like a lot of obviously the stereotype, and I think the stereotypes are right, as you said, like women are quite more emotionally mature than men and in touch, especially because of stereotypes kind of with masculinity and stuff like that these days and blah 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 blah. But like I'm a very feeling based person. I feel situations out. Even with music, I feel music out. So like when people go, I want to get to know you,
Yeah.
to me the theory about them isn't important, if you get what I mean. I don't need to know what they were doing last year and what they've been through. I feel the truth of their being, you know what I'm saying? The other stuff is irrelevant. And I'll kind of connect with someone in that way. But when you kind of get to know people, it becomes dangerous, because now like you've got an experience of how you think things should be, maybe from your parents, maybe from past relationships, and if they don't fit those things, now theoretically you don't like them and you ignore what you feel from them. So like, even though you might feel great truth and this and that and you feel comfortable around them, it's like, oh, but they're not like my other experiences once I got to know them, so now I'm going to avoid that person. And I think we lose a lot of potentially great relationships because of getting to know people.
Yeah.
Fair
enough.
You know, not even saying it to kind of counter what you're saying, but just to bring it in and generally kind of talk about it.
So we were reading that article about situationships, okay?
Ooh.
And I'm going to read it out to you.
Wordplay.
And to kind of define what it is. So it says, a situationship was a catch-all term for those relationships sitting at the intersection of hooking up and in a relationship. It's kind of basically a scary place, but it's like more than hooking up, but very much dating, where a simple "what are we now" can throw the entire system out of balance. So guys, have you ever been in situationships?
Yes.
A lot.
Break it down. Break it down.
Can you see examples?
People just call it seeing each other, I suppose. That's what it's seeing each other. And then you bring up exclusivity and then the what are we now?
I think that's why I get stuck all the time. I don't really get past the situation.
Oh damn, okay.
Yeah, man.
So you're gonna give us an example?
Elaborate, man.
Yeah, so boy,
He's thinking of all the different situations.
the what are we
He's
part
going through that
is,
book in his mind.
yeah, the what are we part is a scary place.
Does it happen as in the girl says it to you, or you say it to the girl, like, what are we now?
Yeah, both.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes you do get curious and you're like, okay. It's like, I don't want to say it, but you kind of have to kind of see where things are going to go.
Oh, if you're seeing someone, then you kind of got like the stability and someone that you like that you'd have from a relationship, but at the same time you can go out and hook up with whoever else you want, which you can't do in a relationship, which part of being in a relationship is the idea of giving yourself to someone else, but also kind of feeling trapped. When you leave one, that's what you feel like when you're out of it, because you were in it, and whether it was good or it was bad, there were certain restrictions that you don't have now. So you can carry on coasting by doing that because you have all the things that would make you go like, oh, I want to be in a relationship, but then you have all the things that make you go, oh, I'm single. So it's like perfect balance. But obviously it then depends on the other person. Whereas if you haven't been in a relationship for a long time and you're doing that, sometimes it's like, well, I want more from this than just that. So I think it depends on the kind of place that that the two individuals are in at the time, because it can be mutually beneficial just for companionship, but it all depends on how your heart's feeling, I suppose.
So have you guys been in a situation where sort of you want the relationship to progress further, but the other person doesn't, sort of?
Yeah.
How did that work out?
I don't like to push for things. I don't like to force things. You know what I'm saying? So but you've still got to be honest with yourself on what you want out of the relationship. I think about kids a lot. If I'm honest, when I think about relationships, I think about kids a lot, and I think that's why I do shy away from relationships a lot, because I always think, okay, would I be happy this lady being the mother of my kids? Like with how obviously people change and develop and blah 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 grow together, but I'm like, okay, in terms of how this person currently is, would I want that to be my kid's mother? You know what I'm saying? And I'm quite, for those that know me, I'm quite a strict, disciplined person. Within my freedom, I'm quite a strict, disciplined person. So I'm always considering things like lifestyle, being an example to my kids. Even things like diet and da-da-da and stuff like that. Those things are really, really important to me. So it's like I feel no point getting into a relationship with someone who I don't think they could, because you could have kids with someone, like it could happen at any moment.
What's your biggest fear going into a relationship?
Don't know. Almost it being successful.
Ooh, sabotage.
I hear that. I see.
Because it's like, I don't know. Like, I'm 25. I'm at a crossroad where I'm going from sort of youthful adulthood into proper, true,
responsible.
To a point. Well, just like life sticking adulthood. Sort of like there's no like redos.
We're pushing 30, guys. Just saying that.
5 years is a long time.
No, it's not. I'm looking forward to turning 30.
The idea of success in relationships is almost like, well, because I'm young now, I can do whatever the fuck I want. I don't have to be held sort of socially responsible to a point. Whereas it's like, if I'm in a relationship and it carries on going, I'm just like, this is it. This is my life. Like this is, and it's like, my kids. This is gonna be like, I'm gonna be living with this person forever. This is gonna be everything. This is like, oh my god, like I'm gonna be my parents. Like, you know, I'm gonna be like a grandparent. Like, you know, it's like,
oh my god,
I'm gonna have this kid. This kid's gonna grow up. It's like, it's just like when you're in that, you're seeing this all like just happen in front of you at once, and it's a really powerful thing. It's not like I'm scared of it in a bad way. It's just like, it's just like.
It's overwhelming.
It's your life. You're watching basically what could be the person that you're spending the rest of your life with sort of materialise in your head, and it's such a vast and, you know, just a big thing, and it's sort of like, whoa. So it's like the fear of success in relationships, because it's like you don't really know if that is the person or if there is someone else, or like, you know, so it is like a really it could be the rest of your life, you know. I could be with my girlfriend till I'm like dead. And so the idea of that can be kind of scary, because it's like, how many things have you ever committed to that you know might last until you die? And will be everything. Her family's going to be your family. You know, you're going to share everything. It's just so sometimes the idea of getting in relationships can be scary, because it's like, what if it is it? And what if you didn't feel like, you know, you have other things that you want to do. I might want to leave, go to a different country to pursue different things and stuff like that, and that could be like really hard on that relationship, or it might even break it. But it's like, it's all things you've got to consider, because this is like the only time I'm ever going to be able to like disappear to somewhere else and do something viably and make a life for myself, where I still kind of like have enough independence to support myself when I'm older, would be to do it now. So it's at that kind of point. Not saying I'm going to, but those are the kind of things you think of, because you know, if you're 40 and then suddenly fuck off to Japan and you've got your wife and your kid back home, and they're like, what? And you're like, baby, I've always wanted to study calligraphy.
Some arsehole there. I gotta think about me.
So it's like, this is your time to do it, you know, if you want to pursue music like we are, and it's like, you gotta kind of do it now while you're still young enough that you don't have to support yourself with a 9 to 5 and pay for mortgages and support a family and do stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
That things that do kind of extend onto that plane where you will be more responsible and have to make compromises and stuff like that can sometimes be scary.
Yeah.
Especially if you dream big or have very, you know, zany ideas that are kind of very hard to achieve, and somewhat you do have to sacrifice bits of normality to achieve them.
Yeah.
So that's where I think my fear extends from. It's not the idea of commitment as much as it's where you're placing different priorities in your life and what you're going to choose, you know? So, yeah, that's my...
Do you ever have like a fear of growing apart from people as well? Because obviously sort of in relationships, like, it can be sort of challenging and it's give and take as well. You have to sort of, you know, work through each other's flaws and everything. Do you ever sort of worry that you can get to sort of like 10 years and it could be like, you know, what if we just are on just different levels? Like,
See,
that can be quite scary as well. So
I think that's something that I'm good at accepting. Like, I think about the other person a lot because I'm good at, if things don't work out, things don't work out. I accept that in life. I've been through that a lot to it and enough to accept it. But I'm always like, I don't want to waste the other person's time.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, if I grow apart from the person, if they grow apart from me, it will be hard, obviously. But I'll be okay with it. But if I grow apart from the other person and they're not good with that sort of thing, it's like, it's finding the balance between being selfish and also being empathetic and caring for the person you love for, you know. And that's why I think a lot of adults from especially our parents' generations, they can't stand each other, but they stayed in a relationship their whole life. And that isn't what I want to experience, you know what I'm saying? But in doing so, you've got to be very, very truthful if you do go apart from someone, and that can really destroy someone, man. You know,
especially if you have a lot invested in each other as well, like if you have sort of children and everything.
There's always there's always that perfect scenario where I think in my mind, like, it would be lovely to, if we did grow apart and we had kids, that we stayed cool and friends. We deal with the kid properly and raise it and blah blah. That's the beautiful kind of the most perfect ideal idea.
Have any of you been in long-term relationships that you had to kind of like cut off, or you kind of grew apart anyway and then you had to move forward? You have?
Yeah, man.
How did you feel like after letting go? Because I feel like you always hear about a female side of when a relationship breaks down. Obviously we're females, so you probably hear it from my girls more. But like, how does it feel for a guy when you've been invested in someone for over a long period of time and then it's like, okay, for whatever reason this didn't work out, now I need to move on?
It's not a nice feeling doing that to someone. As I said before, I'm a feeling person. Like, I just knew like there was nothing going wrong in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything was cool. I thought I was gonna marry this person. You know what I'm saying? I have kids with this person. Like, that was it for me. But it just happened, and it was like I knew within myself that I had to move on. And you question it and you doubt it and you try to go through it, like, maybe this feeling will go away, and that feeling didn't go away, and it's like, what am I going to do? And then you find yourself accidentally almost starting things, trying to ignite things that can cause the relationship to stop. You start trying to self-sabotage because you can't take it upon yourself to just be honest and say, you know what, I just know, and it's explaining that to someone that loves you as well. It's like, I just know with myself I've got to break up. It sounds like it's a lie, but it's not a lie. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth. So like I found myself.
That's self-sabotage.
Why? What are you self-sabotaging?
Because that is for that exact reason. You kind of have a doubt. You don't really know how to deal with it. It's like someone knowing that you're lying, but you're still really trying to lie. Like, you know, it's like a poker face, but you don't have a good poker face, and you're adamant that it's like, you know, it's like, you alright? It's like, yeah, I'm fine. And it's like, you know, they know you're not fine, but when they ask you again later, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, I am actually, like, I am okay. Like, trust me, I'm alright. Like, are you okay? Because I'm alright. But that's what you're doing in that
you have a problem with me?
That's what you're doing in that relationship.
Trust.
Even when you're smiling, it's like they'll catch you for a second, be like, and they're like, you're right. You're like, yeah, I'm fine. That's not what you're doing. Actually, like, that's not literally what you're doing. Like, in terms of self-sabotaging in relationships, sometimes, like, I've done that. It's because you kind of prolong it and you know what's going to come, but you're just like, still, it's a good thing and there's some good things there, but it's like you're happy, but it's strained because it's like it's building to the inevitable kind of separation between you and them. But like, while you're still together, you're trying not to be like an asshole, but you also aren't just cutting it straight away. So you're trying to be nice and you're trying to be happy and do all the normal things you would do.
Yeah.
But no one's an idiot because you weren't like that for the last year. So there's obviously something different, but they don't want to think it and you don't want to think it, so you kind of carry on and then you can be distant.
Some people don't even want to accept it. It's almost the same risk assessment for the friend zone thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to choose one or the other, and it's like either possibly be miserable forever or just destroy the best relationship you could have possibly ever had. You know what I'm saying? Risk losing everything, man.
That is it.
Yeah.
To me, that just sounds like a fear of commitment, and you know, like you always hear guys say like, "Oh yeah, like I'm not ready," and all of that thing. Like maybe in a few years or whatever. Like,
I think naturally human, because of the way society is compared to us in our kind of you could say natural state. Who knows what's natural? So it's down to perception, but we humans are always going to fear commitment.
I also think there's nothing wrong with someone not being in the right place. I mean, a lot of girls kind of, I know it's going to sound like a general sweeping statement, but a lot of women do resent men for saying that they aren't ready, but they're not. If you're not ready, then why are you going to do that? It's like, you know, I can't do things that I can't do. And it's like, I get it, because it is an emotional thing, because you've had all the good sort of hallmarks of what would make a good relationship, and there's nothing wrong with it, but if someone isn't ready, then you kind of have to give people their time. And as selfish as it might be for them, if you're not ready, I've said to people, I'm not ready for this, and I'm not, and I've known it because others would have said I'm not ready, which is the most clear indication that you're ready. I'm communicating it in words, so I can't give you fully what you want because I am not ready to give you it. But people are like, that's a weak excuse. It's like, well, kind of, I get it, because it's almost like they haven't said there's anything wrong, so you have nothing that you can then kind of rationalize in your head, because I haven't told you that you argue too much, or you go out too much, or I don't trust you, or anything that you can immediately try and remedy. You're perfect, but I'm not ready. So what do you do afterwards? You don't know. You find something in yourself, and then that, it's completely wrong, but it can be really damaging for you guys. But at the same time, it's like, it's a really hard thing for people to do, and it's like a level of self-confidence and self-belief that is rare in people. You have to just trust the fact that you are fine, and there is nothing wrong with you, and they aren't ready, and they just really aren't ready, and it's like, that's just that, and it sucks, because it's like, didn't go out in a bang, it's just like, it just fizzled out, but that's life, and I think that's I think people on both sides, men and women, do get a lot of shit for, like, some people call them like commitment phobes or whatever, but you know, everyone is.
Everyone wants to label everything.
You know, truly, like, in the most innocent way possible, aren't ready for stuff, and I think you really have to, like, if they honestly mean it, which I think you can tell, because you can find it's how they act afterwards, and like, you know, as long as they weren't being shady or weird or anything like that, you just kind of have to accept it, because that's life, and we don't like the fact there's no reason. People don't like getting no reasons for nothing.
Especially girls. Girls hate
it's
it. It's like, I use closure is the typical line, because girls, like you say, sometimes you know, a guy might say, I'm not ready for this, and you say, okay, well, what did I do? Like, give me a reason. And then in order for your mind to be like at peace for a girl, I think you need to know something was wrong so that you can kind of close your mind to it. But I think you're completely right.
Yeah.
We have to learn to accept that sometimes guys aren't ready, and that's okay, and we need to move on from that. But I guess again, you know, for a girl, when they build a picture of what they want in a relationship and where it's going, and everything's going okay in their mind, it's kind of hard for them to
sometimes like
move
people
on.
just aren't meant for each other as well, because sometimes there are situations where sort of people say they're not ready, but then, you know, a couple months down the line they're with someone else, and then sort of the other person's like, you know, but you weren't ready for me, someone else. But then it's just sort of a process that you have to realise that sometimes you're not meant for everyone. Everyone isn't compatible. So, like you said, like
even if you see me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some
Yeah.
things, obviously, people might not believe in God or the universe or fate and stuff like that, but sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you don't know what's planned for you.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, so you've kind of got to humble yourself to life almost.
Yeah.
I was going to say as well before, speaking about, obviously it's hard for, I know it can be hard for women, because it's hard for women to open up herself and receive someone.
Yeah.
So a lot of times there's more expectations from women. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's cool, but you've got to manage it. You've got to be aware of that, man, because you can't expect just because you I open myself up to you, so this is what you've got to do for me. You know what I'm saying? And you, unfortunately, shit doesn't run like that, man. And it's gonna take a lot more. We live in a world where women have kind of been stamped on for a long time, so there are confidence issues at the end of the day, but you can't allow that to be the excuse for things. It's like, why did a hurricane come and destroy my village? It's like,
shit happens.
You can't build up expectations in your mind and then be mad at someone for not conforming to your expectations
that they are aware of.
I thought that for the longest while, and then it was only recently I'm just like, am I a dickhead? Like, I'm not doing that sort of thing. So,
Men do too,
yeah.
Of course.
I mean, women can be scared of commitment, and that usually comes from an emotional place of maybe being hurt before, and it's sort of like, you know, it's everything is a gamble, like relationships, all of it, because you never know, nothing's certain, so you never know if that's going to work out, or that's going to work out, or he's going to work out, or she's going to work out. But it's like, when you've been hurt before and it's really hard to open up to someone new, but it's like, if you don't, it was like the sort of like, if you don't ask, you don't get thing. Sort of like, if you don't open up, then it's just a and then it's like, oh well, then what happens, you know, if it's like, oh well, it didn't work out, it's like, but did you, like, it's like, no, I had walls up, and it's like, well, you know, I like chat to walls. Like, when you see me chat to a wall, you know what I mean? I don't chat to walls, I chat to people, I don't chat to walls,
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks guys for an interesting convo.
Yeah. Thank you to Reece and Felix for coming on.
And guys, share your thoughts. Follow our Instagram _our talk.